thought it was time for another book haul. With the exception of my birthday book haul back in April, I don't think I've done a book haul this year that's been more than like a couple of books. So I have quite a few books to show you today and I'm really excited. I went on holidays recently to America, and in America they've got Barnes & Noble. And I got so many books there, but there were a couple I got when I was still at home. So I'm going to show you these in no particular order, and maybe I'll tell you which way I got them, but I don't think you're going to care all that much. The first book is Tuck Everlasting by Natalie Babbitt. I first heard of this story when I was staying at my cousin's house when I was really young, years and years ago. We watched the movie and I really liked it. It was really sad and I thought it was cool, and then I found out that it was based on a book and I really wanted to read it, and then I forgot about it, and then I'd occasionally see it in the shops and it would be like a really skinny book for like full book price, and I just wasn't having any of that, and I didn't see it in the library, so I just forgot about it. And then eventually I found it for 40% off. It's about a little girl called Winnie Foster who finds one day in a forest this family that never ages, and it's one of these books that really makes you think, coupled on the fact that it's beautifully written. So glad to be able to add it to my library. The next book I have to show you I've actually read already as well, and that is The Slow Regard of Silent Things by Patrick Rothfuss. This is a novella that goes along with the Kingkiller Chronicles. Oh my goodness, look at that lighting, I'm sorry. This follows a smaller character in this series called Ari, and it follows about a week of her life, and it is beautifully illustrated. Now we're going on to the books that I haven't read yet, so these are the ones I'm still like buzzing excited for. The first book that I have to show you of the books that I haven't read yet is The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. This book has been getting so much hype on BookTube and on other platforms too. It's really one that has been making a lot of waves. I've heard a lot about this book, but I'm not 100% sure what it's about. From what I've heard, it is about this girl and her friend who are pulled over one day by a police officer, and her friend is shot for no reason other than the fact that he is black. After that, rumors and untrue statements start to spread about what happened that night, and from what I can gather, it's just going to be a really important book to read. I don't know if looking forward to it is the right term that I'm looking for, but nonetheless, looking forward to it. The next book I have to show you is The Tower of Dawn by Sarah J Maas. This is another book from the Throne of Glass series. Now you might not have been able to tell that because the cover has been freaking changed. So this irritates me for two reasons. The first being that it doesn't go with the rest of the set, which is mildly irritating, but I mean most of my sets don't match, so it's not a huge deal. But the second thing is because Kale, the character who this book focuses around, is not on the cover like Selena is. Now I might be more annoyed about this if I knew the reason behind it. Now if the reason behind the fact that Kale is no longer on the cover is because Kale now has a disability and the publishers didn't think that would sell as well, then I'm very annoyed. But if it's because they decided that this shield for some reason was great, then I'm only mildly annoyed. So I'm not sure how annoyed I am about this cover change just at the minute. Anyway, can't really say what this is about because it's like the 6th book or the 7th book in a series, and spoilers, but it is a young adult fantasy series that is moving its way up to new adults, I think. Not entirely sure how I feel about that, but it's a series I want to continue with, so we will see how it goes. The next book I have to show you is Wonder Woman Warbringer by Leigh Bardugo. I was going to leave this book a while before I actually picked it up, but then I saw this beautiful edition in my local Eason's, and not only that, okay, I picked it up and I flicked through it. Okay, are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? It was signed. It was signed. There was no sticker saying it was signed, but look what I got. Look what I found. Look what a gem I actually found. And, right, okay, look at this. I did not win this cap. My niece won it, but she gave it to me. And so I decided to wear it when I haul this book, and I kind of love it, but I never wear caps, so you might never see it again. I'm not sure if I can pull it off, but it's kind of cool. I'm not sure if the Wonder Woman book follows the same plot as the movie. If you don't know who Wonder Woman is though, she's a superhero called Diana, she's an Amazon, and she's just all around really cool. The movie's also fantastic if you want to check that out. So I have no idea what the plot of this is, but I will get back to you on that once I read it. The next book I have to show you, a lot of people have been reading and reviewing and really liking this book, and I'm really excited to read it. That is When Dimple Met Rishi by Sanjay Menon. I'm probably butchering that last name. I'm actually going to ask a friend who might know how to pronounce it, how you pronounce it. Update from future Emma. The author's name is pronounced Sundja Menon. If I've still pronounced that wrong, I'm sorry. I really did try. As well as the plot sounding really interesting, I just think this cover is the cutest. Look at look at the back. It's about a girl called Dimple who after graduating decides to go to a summer camp for web developers. She's kind of happy to take a break from her family. Her mother and father are kind of pushing her into an arranged marriage, and the guy in this arranged marriage just so happens to end up at the same summer camp. I don't know if he does that intentionally or not, and she doesn't look too happy about that. Now this book just sounds like it's going to be one of those summer really cute ones, and even though the summer is now gone, I'm probably still going to read this year. I get the feeling that I'm going to read this, not the next book I read, but maybe the book after that. The next book I actually got at home, and this book is All That She Can See by Carrie Hope Fletcher, who is It's Way Past My Bedtime on YouTube. This is her third book, and this one is about a woman who bakes, and when she bakes she can make people who eat the food feel things. I don't know what kind of things. I don't know much else about it. Honestly, I picked this up mostly because Carrie wrote it. The next books I got were the ones that I was probably most excited for when I picked them up. These books are part of two box sets. The first box set being the e.m.m.a.f.a.g.a.n Chronicles. I never keep the box for box sets, so they're separate books now, but they came in a box set, which is why I picked them up. The e.m.m.a.f.a.g.a.n Chronicles are by Rick Riordan, who is the genius who wrote Percy Jackson. And these books, I'm not too sure about the actual plot, but they focus on Egyptology as opposed to Greek mythology. And I've studied Greek mythology, so I know a decent amount about it, but I have not studied Egyptology, and I find it fascinating. The titles are The Red Pyramid, The Throne of Fire, and The Serpent's Shadow. The next box set was another Rick Riordan book set. That is The Heroes of Olympus, the sequel series, if you will, to Percy Jackson. And this box set came with, wait for it now, a poster. I always think it's funny when a book is advertised as having like free poster inside and you pick out this like tiny little thing. Like, it's a cool poster, don't get me wrong, but I just have no idea what I'm going to do with it. It's literally going to sit in the front cover of this book for unforeseeable amounts of time. These books are follow-ons from the Percy Jackson. I think they follow a different cast of characters. Greek mythology, again, which I love. Can't help but love it. I mean, I did study this stuff. Anyway, the first book is called The Lost Hero, Son of Neptune, Mark of Athena, House of Hades, and Blood of Olympus. I am so excited to read more of Rick Riordan's stuff. These books are so well researched, they're funny and entertaining, and I can't recommend these books enough. Definitely try them. I picked these books up when I was in America because the American covers are so much prettier than the UK covers. Like, you've no idea. The UK covers are actually really ugly, and I have no qualms about saying that. They're ugly. So I picked up these ones because they're prettier. There you have my book haul, probably the last big book haul I will do for a long time because I'm trying to get my TBR under control, so this has set me back a little bit, but not too much. It's all a good time. I'm so excited to get to reading these books. Like, you have no idea. You probably do have an idea. That's why you're here. Anyway, I'm not going to pick them all up at the same time because, I mean, I tried that for the thumbnail and it just went horrendously wrong. So I'm just going to show you in smaller portions. And these are all the books that I got. Let me know in the comments what book you were most excited about reading next. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.